Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a eye tutorial on the brand new Norvina Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And I think this palette is a long time coming because Norvina, aka Claudia, is Anastasia Beverly Hills' daughter, and she actually, I want to say, is part owner of Anastasia Beverly Hills. So it's really cool to see her kind of get her little share of spotlight when it comes to an actual product being about her. So I'm really excited, and it's gonna be so fun for me to take this palette and create some magic on my eyes. So if you want to continue watching and find out what look I create and my thoughts on the Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina palette, then please go ahead and continue watching. Okay, so they also come with these brushes. Every Anastasia palette comes with these brushes, and I actually like these. These are nice and fluffy. They're pretty good quality compared to any other palette that comes with brushes, so these are definitely workable. I feel like this fluffy one is really good for blending. It does shed a lot in my opinion, but it's not a bad brush, especially if you do not have many brushes and you're kind of counting on these brushes, then these actually aren't too bad. So first we're gonna go ahead and start off with this color base, and I love the fact that it's a nice matte, just cream color. I feel like those colors are absolutely the best, especially for starting point and when you're like cutting the, ooh. There is a lot of fallout with these. Do you see that? And then look at that. It's very pigmented on my brush, but there is a lot of fallout in there. Okay, so I'm gonna be lighter when I go in. Oh, wow. This is like very pigmented. We're just gonna take that all over. And you do wanna use a fluffy brush for this, just because I want to take it all over. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking this shade right here. It is kind of like a gray shade, and we're going to be using that as our first starting point for our base. Ooh, that is very pigmented. And we're just taking it back and forth. And we're going in with this shade because we are going to go in with the purple next. So we kind of want to give the purple a nice starting point so that it blends out very seamless. And this we're literally just want to distribute it from side to side in that windshield wiper motion, because we want there to be equal distribution on this side to this side. That's why I go back and forth. Let's go in with another bigger blush, a bigger brush. And in case I sound a little congested, it's because I am sick. I'm trying really hard to get better because I'm actually going on a trip this weekend. So I need to get my life together. This color is just so pigmented, very pigmented. And I'm using my bdellium Tools 785 tapered blending brush. Because this brush is really good at really diffusing it when it's being a little biatch. Right now it was being a little biatch with this other pink brush, so I'm using the bdellium Tools brush to really get it in there. This blending brush is like a dream come true. Now I'm going to be taking the color Soul, which is like this really pretty purple shade, and we are just going to be putting that on top of the color we just placed on there. I do want to say these have a good amount of fallout. Now this purple color that we're placing on top does have some shimmer, so that's just something to be mindful. I didn't realize it had shimmer, but we're just gonna have to go with it because we already placed it on there and ain't nobody got time to restart. So let's just see what happens. And do you see how when you place the darker shade on top of the lighter shade gives it that gradual diffused look on the whole look, because you took that lighter shade all the way up here, that it has that diffusion between that and then the new color that is a little bit darker. You know what I was just thinking that would have been a really good collaboration? Anastasia Beverly Hills and Jaclyn Hill. I don't know why Jaclyn Hill invested so much of her time with Morphe and didn't branch out to other companies to do collabs. Like that could have been, I feel like, way better. Like whatever happened to her collab with Makeup Geek. Do you guys remember that makeup? She like was a die-hard makeup geek girl, and now I never see her talk about makeup geek. All she talks about is Morphe. Sometimes I wonder if maybe she owns like some part of Morphe, or like if she invested in Morphe. Like I want to know why she's so like up there with them. I'm going back in with this brush, the tapered blending, and we're kind of blending out any harshness there may be. I'm going to add a little bit more right here. This brush is so fluffy. Who are some of your favorite influencers that you would like to see collab with Anastasia? I feel like they're very selective with who they collab with, which I completely get. I would be too if I was a brand, because they're representing your brand name. I think it's awesome that they give the OGs and also like truly talented makeup artists the opportunity to do those collabs. And I like how they always try to stay as drama free as possible. I think that speaks volumes of them. Okay, so I already went ahead and cut one crease right here. And I'm doing the second one. And I just like to use Tarte Shape Tape in medium. And we like to cut it. So that's what we're gonna do. I was actually doing this one and I was watching a YouTube video. I was watching Raw Beauty Christie and Samantha Ravindell, I think that's her last name. And they were just talking about how when they do makeup, well, when Samantha does makeup, she doesn't like to talk. And I was like, wow, that's like me in half of this video so far. So let me turn it back on this camera and talk to the peeps. So if I don't talk a lot right now, do not take it personal. I also kind of don't like to always film myself doing cut creases, because I feel like everybody knows how to cut the crease. And for the cut crease, I'm obsessed with the 542 Bold Lip Brush, bdellium tools. It's for your lip, but I use it to cut my crease. It's the best. Okay, and while we let this one dry, we're going to be doing this side. We're gonna be taking our MAC 242 brush, using that same color that we started off with, base right there, and we are going to be setting it. And like I mentioned, make sure you tap lightly because there is fallout. Ooh, this is the pigmentation I like. And you don't have to be really precise with this shade because we are going to be just using this to set. We're going to be taking some other colors and using them on the lid because we want to test out this palette as much as we can. So yeah, you can see that right there. Looking good. We're just waiting for this to dry. We haven't done concealer yet. We always like to leave that for the end just because I like to go ahead and sharpen those edges. We're gonna start off with the color Dreamer right there. And it's a nice shimmery color. Ooh, very, very pigmented. You can see right there how pigmented that is. And you need to be light because there is a lot of fallout on the pan. Only gonna be taking that color on this edge right here. It looks really pigmented right now. So I don't think we're gonna be going in with MAC Fix Plus. Now we're gonna be taking the shade Summer right there. It's more of like a bronzy gold. We're just gonna be placing that right next to the shade Legend. It's actually not that much different. I mean, it is more gold and bronzy, but on the eye, it doesn't look very different. And I'm blending it into the color Dreamer just because I want to make sure that it's diffused and there's no harshness. Then we're gonna go in with the shade Wild Child, this beautiful pink right there. And we're just gonna be placing that one next to the shade Summer, but still kind of keeping it right in the center. I thought this was gonna be a little bit more bright. It's more of a soft pink, like a baby pink. Like when you think of like a baby's room, that's what I'm getting here. So the last color we're gonna dip in is Celestial, this one right here. It is so beautiful. I'm really excited about that color. It's like the perfect like purple. So let's see. The colors I used on my lid were the colors that most intrigued me. The ones that look like the most unique, different looking. Those are the ones that I was like, let me use these. Yes. And the reason I used this purple on the outer edge was because it kind of connects with the purple that we have on the crease, which is called Soul. So that's why I was like, I'm gonna finish it off with that color. It kind of has reflexes of like pink in there, which makes it so cool. I went ahead and did this wing. So now we're gonna do this wing on camera because you guys ask me often what I use to do liner, and it's really simple. I actually used to use the Juvia's Place eyeliner because that's the one I had, but they actually, I think they stopped selling it and mine ran out and dried out. So now I'm using the Sigma one in the color Wicked. This is their gel liner. And I use a Sigma small angled brush. I think this is the E65. Very precise. We're gonna be taking some eyeliner, stretching out our eye. I swear, whenever I do liner, I like hold my breath and I'm like wishing for the best. Then I keep holding it. And then we're just filling in the tail. So this is my second time doing wing liner since I got my lashes off. I haven't done wing liner in a minute. Whenever I come back from having lash extensions, I always struggle with it. It's like me and wing liner are not friends. It's like, you abandoned me, bitch. So this is what you get. You're gonna forget how to do it. And then I like to go in. This gel liner is very creamy, so it's going to be a little harder to work with. I find that when it's still brand new and super creamy, it can be hard for me to work with it. And then I'm going to be taking my tattoo liner by Kat Von D. This is the pen liner. Filling in any areas where I feel like my liner is lacking black in. I personally like my eyeliner to be really, really dark. And then the last thing we're gonna do is go back to the tip and make it skinny. Because we didn't make these wings dramatic, I like to go in and tight line up here because this is the key for it to not look like you have falsies on, for it to kind of like blend together nicely. And then I like to go in with mascara and coat those lashes because you want to make sure the lashes are also dark like the lash is that you're going to be putting on. Okay, so we went ahead and applied lashes right here. So we're going to do the same thing on this eye. For lashes, we're going to be doing the Cake Face Beauty Audacious Lashes. These are in collaboration with Kim Tai. I love Kim Tai, and I've really been a fan of these lashes lately because I feel like they have a little bit of that fierceness, but they're still like very wearable, especially when you're doing looks like this where you want to really showcase the eyeshadow even with the lash on. I feel like it allows you to really still see what's going on in the back. I know with some really dramatic lashes, it's like, what the hell is going on in the back? I want to see the artistry, but I can't because that lash is so dramatic. And I want to give this a few seconds to get tacky. You never want to apply it really, really wet on the lash because it's going to get all over the place and it's going to look very nasty. Okay, so now we're going to go in and I just have a small mirror right here so I can look at myself. And you kind of just place it and then you go in on the other side and lock it down. And then there you have it. Lash is on. I always kind of like to go back in and kind of bond them, make sure that it's really all sticking together. Then I like to take a little travel size mascara. It doesn't matter which one it is. I'm just using the roller lash. And I kind of like to bond my lashes with the falsies. And now we're going to go in with concealer. Finally, I love doing concealer. I feel like once I do concealer, it really locks everything in. I'm going to be using the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. And we are just going to be doing it right along of the eye. I'm going to be taking my sponge, just kind of blending that out. I feel like concealer just brings everything together. I'm going to go and bake with my Airspun powder. I always have to bake before I move on to the next eye because my eyes will really crease that fast. Okay, so while this bakes, I do want to go ahead and take a little bit of some eyeshadow and place it right here, kind of like for a highlight. And we're going to be taking the same shade we used in the beginning called Base. and our brush. And then we're just gonna be putting that just right where our brow kind of like has that arch. Okay, so for lips, I'm gonna be taking the shade Cosmic by the Storm Collection with Kylie Cosmetics. And it's kind of like this like gray nude color. I love the way these smell. And it's super moisturizing. So this is from the Storm Collection, shade Cosmic. I think they still have this available on her website, but I like how moisturizing it is, and I feel like it goes with the eye. And then we're gonna take another product. This is my favorite Maybelline Vivid Hot Lacquer. It's a gloss in the shade Unreal. I always wear this, you guys often ask me. It's like the prettiest gloss. We're just gonna take this on top and just kind of give that lipstick a little bit more life. No, it like adds dimension. It's not like so flat. So I just love that. So I feel like this combination together is perfect. If you can get your hands on this lipstick, definitely try this Maybelline lip gloss. It's available in all stores. Like you can find it at CVS, Walgreens, Target, Walmart. It's there. So you cannot miss this one. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go in with my NYX white pencil. I've been doing this a lot lately. I feel like it does such a good job of opening my eyes. And as opposed to like using a black eyeliner, which I feel like whenever I use black liner at the bottom, it makes my eyes look smaller. This one really opens them up. Maybe because it's white and it kind of like goes along with like the color of your eye. So I really love using this one. I like this better than the jumbo pencil because this one can really get in there. The jumbo one, because it's thicker, I feel like it ends up looking messier on my lids. Just take it in. Not all the way in, but just like to here, because I feel like when I take it all the way in, it looks kind of fake. So I kind of just take it in to where I feel like it needs to be taken in. And also right now, because my eyes are really watery because I am sick, it kind of looks a little crusty, but it still looks good. So now I'm going to be running the shade Soul that we used on our crease. And we're going to be putting that on our lower lash line to really add that last bit of intensity. And here we're using our Morphe M508. And as you can see, we're not taking it all the way. We're just literally taking it less than halfway. Because I feel like when you're doing a look that is already so nice and like dramatic at the top, you don't want to like do the most at the bottom. And then the last thing we're gonna do, I haven't done this in a long time, but I just feel the need to do it because I feel like it would look really cool. I want to take the shade Base right here, and we're just gonna apply that in our inner tear duct area. Kind of adds like something to it, like some dimension. I haven't done a inner tear duct color in a long time. The last thing, keep saying that. The last thing I'm gonna do though is add a little tiny bit of highlight on this nose. I'm gonna use MAC Oh Darling, and I'm gonna be using my Milani All Over Blending. This is the perfect highlight brush. I'm like addicted to it. I stopped using my Anastasia one because I love this brush so much. And yeah, we are good to go. So me and my crusty bun are ready to slay the game today. I completed this look and I'm actually really happy with how it came out, but I really feel like this look came out absolutely beautiful. I do quickly want to touch on these shadows in the palette overall. Overall, great palette. I think that it's very consistent with their other palettes, very good formulas, very nice pigmented shadows that blend easily. Their shimmers are very great. You do not need MAC Fix Plus with these because they just have that like bam power. I do have to say though, when I did tap into the first color, which was Base, that kickback was insane. Like I literally just tapped the lightest bit and there was so much fallout on the pan. And if there's so much fallout, every time I tap into that shadow, I'm wasting a good amount of that product that I could be using just strictly for my eyes. So That's just the main concern for me, but I feel like a lot of Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes have had that issue, and I try to be lighter with these. Whenever I tap them, I try to be really light, but I was like, whoa, that's a lot. The shimmers do have a little bit of fallout, but it's not as intense as the fallout that matte shades have. I also have noticed that sometimes shimmers tend to be way more pigmented and just like beautiful looking in swatches than mattes, and I think that's just because of the way that the formula is. But I feel like once you put it on your eyes, the matte, as you saw that shade Soul, like that was intensity. I also like the fact that they have equal shimmers to equal mattes, because I feel like sometimes when there's like too many shimmers and not so many mattes, how am I supposed to transition this with no matte? You know what I mean? So I like that there's an even distribution of mattes and shimmers. I think that anybody that is a collector of Anastasia Beverly Hills, this is like definitely a really nice one. Do I feel like this is something that you absolutely need if you don't have this? Only if you're into these type of colors, like if you're into like these like bronzy, purpley colors, then yeah. But if you like something more natural for every day, I would really recommend the Soft Glam palette. I think the Soft Glam palette is beautiful, very wearable, and it does have some similar shades to the Norvina palette minus the purple. So those are all my thoughts. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial and perhaps got some ideas for what you would like to create on your own with your personal Norvina palette. I hope that my video was able to serve as some good inspo for you, so that when you do your look, it comes out super snatched, which I'm sure it will. And that being said, if you guys like this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know to continue doing my videos. And don't forget to subscribe. I would love for you to become a member of family here on YouTube, because I wouldn't want you guys to miss my videos for the world. And we are so close to 20K, so let's get there. I know we can get there, so subscribe, 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 subscribe. And that being said, I'll see you guys very, very soon for a brand new video. Bye, guys.